Hello Facebook people, I'm Konstantinos, and today we're going to discuss if it's good or bad that Meta is picking dominant ad sets and ads. Before we start, throw a like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and give me a comment telling me if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying in this video. I don't know if this is going to be a popular opinion or something that you're going to like as an opinion, because most of the times I like to control things, but in this case I like for the algorithm to do its job.
Nice job, team.
So let me be clear. There are two different schools. The one that says that I want to control all the budgets of what I'm spending, even increasing the budgets and all of that. And the second school where I belong, and I have been there forever, is the one that says that we work with CBO campaigns, that they're going to distribute budgets, is the one that says that we're having dominant and we let the algorithm do the job and all of that. In my opinion, Meta has many issues, but one of the things that's working well is the algorithm. In that case, I have found a way of also optimizing CBO my way and ABO single ad set campaigns with many ads, so that I can be able also to cover the middle ground between the algorithm doing a mistake. In the majority of these cases, I also trust the algorithm that's gonna do a proper job. If it's not gonna do it, I'm gonna intervene. Also, for the other side, which thinks that they have to pick all of their budgets and stuff, they do one big mistake in my opinion, in their way of actually trying to spend in all of the ads and all of that, so that they're not going to mistreat any ad. What is happening is that they are ending spending less money because it costs to spend in all of the ads that you're gonna create, and by doing so, to me they prove nothing, because it's a different thing in a CBO, an ad set or an ad, to take a spend of 150, and a different thing to test 50 of them with $5 each, and one of them or two of them or 3 or 10 working with $5. This proves nothing to me, and it doesn't mean that it's also scalable. Hi guys, I would like to interrupt this video in order to talk to you about my Facebook ads course. It took me 6 months of video editing everything and 3 months of video shooting. And because of that, I have created the best Facebook ad course in the world. Inside, you're going to find super advanced information, but information also for beginners. It takes you by the hand in order to teach you how to do Facebook ads from the beginner level to super advanced level. It has inside Loom videos from cost caps, speed caps, Loom videos from CBO, ASC optimization. It has chosen 5 sessions, inner circle sessions, and it has a lot of theory with whiteboard, also strategies that are working all of these years, things that I have developed, things that I know that are working because I have spent millions and millions on the platform. Currently, I'm spending between 5 and 10 million every month, sometimes it's even more, across 30 accounts, and I have access to many more. So I know what is currently working and all the latest trends, and this is what I'm doing inside the course. I'm showing you live ad accounts with real spend and what is working right now. And if you want, you can click the link below, you can go and you can check some videos that I have open free for you, so that you can check if you like the course or not and decide if you want to buy it or not. I will see you there. Again, I'm not saying that the algorithm is always correct. What I'm trying to say here is that I do trust it. Not 100%, I wouldn't put my hand in the fire, but I do trust it, and it has proven, at least to me, that in most cases it's correct. On the other hand, I have seen by testing it that if you spend a lot of money in all of your ads, or the equal amount of money, you are mistreating the ad account and your budget, and basically what's happening is that you end up spending much more from what you were gonna spend if you let the algorithm do the hard job of picking the ads. As humans, we have a very big problem. We cannot predict the future, and the algorithm can actually do it. How? It knows everything. It has more data. It can understand who is going to convert or not. It understands with the interaction. It has information. We don't have the information in real time of watching how many people watched and all of that. We have more general data. So the algorithm has more information, more data, more historical data to understand who is going to convert, which people are going to go there, which people are going to engage, which people are engaging now, in order to give more budget. So the human beings, us, we are not able to actually know that we should put there 50, 40, 60, 70 in an ABO campaign, and the best way for us to be able to have proper numbers for those is to do a CBO. And if the CBO is doing a mistake, what we can do is we can do CBO optimization in the same way that I have showed you several times in my videos here in this YouTube channel. Remember, in the CBOs we're not touching because we don't trust the algorithm, maybe the algorithm is gonna pick an ad which is gonna work in 50 days. We're trying to be proactive with the mistakes that means that we're gonna have. Because if we're trying to be proactive, again, we're not trusting the algorithm 100%. Maybe something is going to work later, but if we try to be proactive, maybe we will find something which is going to work earlier. This is our job. And our job in the ad accounts is to touch only if it's needed. For example, if the other case is that we're going to close the campaign, if we see that we have some hopes of optimizing something, okay, let's touch it, let's try to optimize it. If we think that we have zero hopes, let's close the campaign. There's no point of just optimizing to optimize. So we optimize only when we see a hope. Of course, inside the course, I'm analyzing all of this with many videos on how to optimize your CBOs, what you need to watch and all of that. But we are only touching if we have to.
You let me touch it.
We don't touch if we see that it's picking a right dominant ad.
No touching. No.
Even if we touch and we close something, it doesn't mean that the algorithm is wrong. Maybe this thing is gonna work 10 days later. We just don't want, or we don't have the money to support it for so many days. Because I have seen this also happening, something being picked and worked 10 days later, for example, okay? We don't want that. On the other hand, when we're having an ABO and we're having all of these ads and you try to test all of them just because you created them, just because you believe them, in most of the cases, what I'm seeing is that we are losing much more money in this process instead of the CBO. On the other hand, there are going to be some people that with the CBO, because some ads are not taking any spend, they're not going to like it. And what they're going to try to do is that they're going to try to actually put another campaign and spend. In my experience, even if you do this 50 times, Meta is going to pick again and again and again the same ads from the same pool of 10 or 20 ads. It's going to be the same again and again that Meta is going to pick. Is it correct or wrong? Again, it's another discussion, as I said, but still it's always picking the same. It's not a random selection. It's because it believes that it's going to work or whatever. If it doesn't work, again, CBO optimization. On the other hand, you're putting all the budget to all of them. If all of them don't work, that means that you're going to lose a lot of money, and I have seen people losing a lot of money. Then what do? Because it's extremely costly, they're going to start testing, but they're going to spend only $5. And this is not something that is proving that you're going to have a sale. Because if you have a random sale for just for $5, just for one, and then you try to scale it and it's not working, it's your mistake that you trusted something that spent it $5, $10, $15, and you thought that's going to work. A lot of times then they increase a little bit also to see if it's going to work, or they duplicate with more budget and all of that. But let me tell you that this process is much more cost efficient comparing to doing a CBO, then move to another CBO. And I get it, yes, some people are not going to get it. But again, for me and for my students and for my clients, this has been the most cost-efficient way. So the answer is this. Yes, we love the fact that Meta is actually having dominant ad sets and ads. And this is the way that we are also thinking inside CBO optimization or single ad set optimization with many ads. So we're taking into consideration that we want to see the dominant having good results. We want to see the one that's taking the volume to believe the numbers. We don't believe the numbers of leftover budget to other ads, and so on and so on. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me, if you like dominant, or if you don't like dominant ads, if Meta is pissing you that it's doing that and it's not spending equally to everything. Before we close the video, I need to clarify something small for some of you that you might be spending this amount of money. It's a different thing to do a CBO with 100, 200, 300 and 5 assets, for example, and a different thing to do a CBO with 5, 6, 7 assets and 30,000. Over there, Meta is gonna spend across all of them. Yes, it's gonna be, again, one dominant, but still the distribution over there, it's gonna be different, and you're gonna have enough budget in each one of them. So in really big budgets, I'm talking about daily budgets, over there, because the budgets are daily, okay? Don't forget that. I don't care if you spend 1,000 in 60 days. I care if you spend how much you spend every day, because this is what it matters. Over there, you're gonna see that it's gonna be okay. All of your ads are gonna be tested. So if you wanna test all of your ads, at least a little bit and all of that, of course, don't put any limits and all of that. I don't like it at all. Don't do CBO if you put limits. If you wanna do that, try to get your accounts to very high spend so that you can have the luxury of doing that. I just wanted to say that because it's just a small exception, and over there in the CBOs, it doesn't matter. All of the ads are gonna take budget. You will know which one is gonna work or not. then it's up to you, again, because there's also going to be a dominant there, if you're going to trust that this dominant is better than the other, and so on. And one last thing, again, because I think that this is the most common mistake that I see from people. When you're having a campaign and you are seeing that your dominant, for example, is having 1.5 ROAS, and then you see another one having 4 ROAS, just one sale and just a small spend, don't believe that if you close the top one, the other one on the bottom is going to have 4 ROAS with the spend. It's just having these results with the leftover budget. The other one is doing the heavy lifting, taking all of the budget and having these results, which is the results that it's getting, and you should believe these results. And the other one is just taking the leftover of what the other is leaving, and it just got a random sale, so it was lucky enough to get a random sale and get 4 ROAS. You're gonna believe in CBO campaigns or in ABO campaigns only the results that you see that they're coming from big spend, dominant ads, or the two under dominant and all of that, but the ones that they have some decent spend, not the ones that they just have some leftover budget spend. You can check also day by day to see how much budget the one ad that you have seen that you like has been spending, so that you can know if the numbers that you see are real or just leftover budget. That's all. I had this discussion with one of my friends, John, and until we meet again, guys. By the way, his opinion was that there's a golden balance, you know? You can do this and that, and I found my golden balance by doing CBO optimization and ABO optimization. I don't know what is his balance to convince me on his side of testing all of the creatives, but I know that he really cares about it now because he's doing more and more creatives on his own with AI, and he believes that all of them are good and all of that. Back in the day that he was just doing media buying and someone else was giving him the creatives, it was a little bit different. Maybe this is why I am like this. Maybe if later I will do more and more creatives and sell them also, I would believe also, I will try to find a way that they're going to be tested equally, because I would believe that it doesn't matter. I doubt it, but until we meet again, guys, be creative and be consistent.